Spitting Pigeon Poop, starring News Now Yorkshire. A dirty bitch who spits. Not this woman, though. A little pigeon poop. With added karma. Written and directed by Sir Chipsy.
Disclaimer: no spitting llamas were harmed in the making of this event, and no pigeon poo was swallowed by any protesters except for one very unlucky individual. You know who you are.
It was a typical Saturday afternoon in Manchester, and News Now Yorkshire, the ever-dedicated YouTube auditor, was out doing what he did best, peacefully filming protests and testing just how much the authorities respected freedom of the press. Today's event? A lively demonstration in support of Palestine, banners waving, voices chanting, and the ever-present aroma of street food mingling with the occasional whiff of burning incense. Camera in hand, he strolled casually through the crowd, documenting the scene with the professionalism of a man who had been told, "You can't film here," at least 1,000 times. As he narrated into his microphone about the turnout and police presence, a particularly passionate protester, a woman wrapped in a keffiyeh with the expression of someone who had just found out Greg's discontinued her favorite pasty, locked eyes with him. With all the grace of an enraged llama, she stormed over, her lips pursing like a kettle about to scream. And then, splat. Or rather, miss. The projectile of pure disdain, otherwise known as her spit, arced dramatically through the air, but tragically failed to meet its target. Instead, it plopped unceremoniously onto the pavement like an overcooked bit of porridge, leaving both parties in an awkward moment of silence. News Now Yorkshire, ever the professional, took a deep breath, adjusted his camera, and calmly informed the police officers nearby. "Excuse me, officer, I've just been assaulted," he said, pointing to the woman, who now looked about as innocent as a fox caught in a henhouse. The officer, a picture of modern British policing, scratched his head, shifted his weight, and gave a sympathetic nod before saying, "Yeah, we're not getting involved in that." "Not getting involved?" News Now Yorkshire echoed, incredulous. "Not really in the public interest, is it?" The officer shrugged, visibly relieved he wasn't dealing with a climate protester, gluing themselves to a lamppost. With a sigh, News Now Yorkshire knew exactly what this was. Good old two-tier policing. A bloke films a protest, treated like a criminal, someone actually assaults him. Suddenly it's all a bit too complicated. But that was fine, because if the law wouldn't deliver justice, technology would. Later that evening, as the protest wound down and people dispersed, News Now Yorkshire set his master plan in motion. From the safety of a discreet bench, he launched his DJI mini drone, a sleek little thing equipped with a camera, GPS, and, most importantly, a carefully prepared payload of pigeon poop. The drone soared through the sky, unseen, unheard, the perfect instrument of aerial justice. With precision that would make the Royal Air Force jealous, News Now Yorkshire guided it right above his target, who was now scrolling through her phone, blissfully unaware of the avian apocalypse about to rain down upon her. And then, drop. The glorious payload of fermented, sun-dried pigeon droppings exploded upon impact, coating her head like a Jackson Pollock painting gone horribly wrong. The shriek that followed was one for the ages, a mix of horror, outrage, and the soul-crushing realization that pigeon poo was now deeply embedded in her hair. Nearby, protesters turned, some gasping, others laughing, while the woman flailed, her hands desperately trying to wipe away the foul-smelling symbol of karmic retribution. From a safe distance, News Now Yorkshire couldn't help but chuckle. Guess nature really does have its own form of justice. And with that, he packed up his drone, gave the camera a satisfied nod, and strolled off into the night, knowing that some wrongs, while ignored by the law, could always be righted with a little ingenuity and a well-timed drop of pigeon poop.
What on earth makes you think I give a fuck about your opinion on my life? Until you can say you had a hand in making me the person I am today? Shut the fuck up. You didn't make me, so you can't break me. Someone's time and breath are being wasted and it ain't mine, so you can make better use of your time by not worrying about what I do, or you can stay tuned into the show. I got more episodes coming, motherfucker.